What is happening, y'all? Chaos here, back with another video to finish off the nomadic cookbooks, and it is a little loud right where I am at, so we're gonna get out of the way. But right now we are talking about finishing off the nomadic cookbooks, and what we are going to do is 22, 23, and finishing it off with 24. Now, for book 22, we got the rot pot, and we got the rot grease, as well as the roped rot grease. Now, you are going to need toxic mushroom, faded earthly flower, Aeonian butterfly, and an empty ritual pot for the rot pot. We'll talk about the Aeonian butterfly. There are a bunch down here in Caelid, but once you get them, they do not respawn. So you're going to have to really kind of figure out where you want to go. There is a ton of them up in the Halig tree, and if you kind of want to farm them, we can head over to the Lake of Rot and kill the basilisks. But they only do have an 8% drop rate, so you're probably going to have to kill a bunch of them to really be able to spawn up, or farm I should say, a lot of the butterflies. Right there we got an Aeonian Erd leaf. Come back here, grab all this. There was an Aeonian butterfly. Like I said, they do not respawn. We are down here in Caelid. So once you pick them up, you're really going to have to kind of be sparse on them. I personally do not use the rot pot. I don't feel the need for it, but you can. Get out of here. How did that miss? Alright, well anyway. Running around here in the Lake of Rot, you can find a good majority, good handful of them. I'm not going to waste too much time on doing it, but it is here if you are looking. I'll do this real quick. Get out of the rot. Really don't know if I want to try for this ball or not. And the second I said that, we got him anyway. Alright. So, you can kind of run around here. If you want to kill the basilisks, that's probably going to be your easiest bet if you want to head on over to the Lake of Rot. Oh, we're stuck here. Okay. Absolutely love doing this. Oh, I don't have any. And I can't craft any. Well, that's alright. Get out of here real quick. Just so that way we can spawn. Or fast travel to somewhere else. There we go. So if you want to head over here to the Lake of Rot shoreside, and we can farm up the Aeonian butterflies by killing the basilisks. And like I said, there's only an 8% drop rate, so you're going to have to kill a lot of them if you want a lot of the butterflies. Again, I don't use the rot pots, so I don't really feel a need for it. But everybody's got their own tastes. I don't judge. So that's going to be your best spot, is right in here. Otherwise, if you head over to the Halig tree, there's going to be a lot of them there. Now, let's talk about the toxic mushrooms. And the toxic mushrooms are actually really kind of easier to get. We're going to have to head on back over to Kaled, though. And we are going to be heading to the Church of the Plague. And there is going to be 3 of them here. I'm not sure if we covered the toxic mushrooms from before. Did in one of the... Yep, and the poison pot. Covered that with the poison pot. So we are here at the Church of Plague, and what you're going to want to do is run out this way. And there will be a couple of guys that'll be here. You can also pick up your faded Erdley flower. You're going to need that. Was it this one? No? Got that there. It's kind of funny with the way they die. So we got the one that was there. There is a second one. Should be right around in here. Now I have in my notes that there are 3 of them. So let's see. Another thing you want to keep an eye out for is the faded Erdley flower. You will need that for the rot pots that we are trying to make as of right now. It was a blood stain. I know that... Oh, here we go. There's one. And then there should be one more, unless the first one that we picked up counted as 2. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time looking, but I do believe... that is it for here. There's also going to be a bunch of sacramental buds that are out here. I suggest grabbing those, as you can make the preserving blouses that will cure the rot. And another thing that you can make is the bewitching branch. Very good thing if you are teamed up on, you can use a bewitching branch on one of the heavier hitter enemies, and temporarily they will fight on your side. It's also another good thing to be able to use, like when you're fighting the captain of the guard up in here in Castle Soul. Where are you? Right up in here. Oh, no, Castle Soul, right there. So when you're fighting the guard up there, otherwise, if you are, where is it? What am I thinking here? I'm not sure. But anyway, when you got a few guys that you want to take care of that with. But anyway, there's the toxic mushroom. Faded earthly flower, same thing. Just run around in here. Otherwise, what we can do is, I believe there are some down here over in Jarburg as well. The servants of rot, excuse me, have a 15% drop rate on the toxic mushrooms as well. At you, but I do believe. Or do we just get the regular earthly flowers down here, not the faded? We've also covered this in this place in another episode as well. Yeah, it looks like we're just getting the normal ones. Yeah. Alright, no faded. So, for those, you're going to have to run on over to the Church of Plague. You can grab them up from there. Empty ritual pots we've already covered in another video. You can buy them or find them. As far as the root resin, we've kind of already covered that. You can come on over here to the War Master's Shack, and there's going to be a couple there. Otherwise, right at the start of the game, before you get to the Groveside Cave, there's going to be a total of, I believe, 6. But this is the easiest place that I've found to be able to come and be able to farm this up. Because literally right here, 1, 2, 3. Hit the grace, do it all over again. Otherwise, you can run around in here, pick up a few other things. Some roa fruit, gold-tinged excrement, herba. Hit the grace, do it all over again. Takes 10 seconds. The Aeonian butterfly we just talked about as the string. You can come right down here and head over into the demi-human forest ruins. There's a bunch of demi-humans. They have a very small drop rate for the string, but they do drop it. So now let's move on. Book 22, the Rot Pot and Rot Grease, are now done. Let's talk about Book 23, the Nomadic Cookbook number 23. And right there we are talking about the frozen raisin, which you can get from the rimmed roa. And that is going to be this guy right here. And it states, on horseback, feed to torrent to vastly restore hit points. So if Torrent takes some damage, you got your way to be able to do that. Now, we can come right here to the grand lift. Otherwise, what you can do, well, let's just start there. So from the grand lift, run up here, and at this point you should have both of the medallions. So we're just gonna hoist the medallion. We'll skip all this. If you want to watch the cutscene, be my guest. She's going to take you up to the frozen wasteland, mountaintops of the giants. It's really cool, but after you've seen it, you're like, eh. Welcome to the mountaintops of the giants, everyone. And just like the Roa fruit, you will find down here, I guess, a bunch of fire blossom right off the bat. Rimmed Roa. This is going to be right away the best place to be able to get this stuff. Just kind of run around. There will be a dude that's up here, right there. As you know, he's already died. But this guy is like possessing his body or some kind of, I don't know. You can run around, grab the fire blossom, the Rimmed Roa. Now, mind you guys, I am level like, I don't know, 420 giggity. And you know, these guys, that guy sitting there that's walking with that big sickle thing or whatever, they still give me a hard time. Because, I mean, they pack a punch. And they'll do crap like that. Now, I'm not sure really if you can farm those guys for their weapon or anything else. I haven't been able to get it, but I also try to avoid those guys. But we got a lot of Rimmed Roa. So from here, we can go down to crafting items. Head on over, and we can craft 86 of them. I've got 228 stored. I've got 30 on hand. So we've got a lot there. Now, the second item in book number 23, the clarifying cured meat. So once again, Rimmed Roa. You're going to need the sliver of meat and the strip of white flesh. We've already talked about that, but I will give you a rundown. With the strips of white flesh, I mean, if you've made it this far, you've pretty much been in a really good position and leveled up decently. But if you're kind of looking for a no hassle kind of thing, the turtles way back in the beginning of the game, right over in here in Summon Water Village. You start at the Summon Water Village gate outskirts, run on over, kill the turtles for the turtle pickle meat. You'll also get the slivers of white flesh from them. Otherwise, if you're looking for kind of a farming area as well, you can start at the East Capitol Rampart. My internet is being a little bit slow today, and I do apologize for that. Go. And then you can come on down to here and kill these things, which are a pain, but they will also drop the strips of white flesh. And I mean, honestly, for this, it's a great farming area too for runes, and their weapons are fairly decent. I always take this guy out with a bow because there's kind of no point. But you got those guys there, you got 3 there, and then you got 1 that's kind of rolling around back over in here. There is going to be a couple of page guys. You know, the dudes with the crossbows and swords and everything else. I'll show you. These guys here. So there's that one, and then there is going to be another one. As soon as you kill him, there's going to be a door off to your right. Go in there, you'll get ambushed. And then, if you want, you could sit and farm these guys right from the East Capitol Rampart. After you finish it off, just run right back, do it all over again. That'll get you these strips of white flesh. Otherwise, like I said, you can come down over to here. Come on. And then from this point, we're just going to hop onto Torrent. Like I stated before, back in one of my first videos, when we were talking about the turtlenecks. Strip of white flesh there. Use stone sword key right there. Come on down here. There's 2 up top, and then there's 6 down here. These guys will always drop the turtlenecks, but they will also sometimes drop the slivers of white meat, or strips of white flesh. My apologies. And then for the slivers of meat, we can head on over down to the isolated merchant shack. And from this point here, again, like I stated, you want to have a ranged weapon. And then there is going to be a couple of these guys here. And then over here, I don't need to kill them. You will have a bunch of these goats down here, and then over by this area here, you'll have a few more right there. Otherwise, let's see, where is it in my notes? Where is it? If you get the meat peddler's bell bearing, that is going to be the ball bearing hunter, or the bell bearing hunter at the Church of Vows here. Sorry for taking so long. It's buried literally in my notes. I'm not really sure if I killed him before yet or not, but we'll find out. So right into here, let's see if I killed him. Wait till nightfall, because that's the only time these guys really do show up. And you kind of want to just look. Okay, turtle dude is there. So we'll wait again. Turtle dude is gone. I have never in my life had that happen to me where I have taken... So glad I got that on video. Meat peddler's bell bearing. From there, head on over to the twin maiden husks at the round table hold. I have literally never in my life had that happen. So glad that's on video. And then you come over to these guys, offer the bell bearing. I actually have a couple to offer. And then you can buy the slivers of meat, lumps of flesh, and the turtleneck. The only thing that you cannot buy is the strips of white flesh. So from there, we are looking at the slumbering egg. We've already covered that. There is going to be a couple of birds right over here by the War Master shack. But right now we are looking for the Eye of Ulog. So we are going to head up to the town of Frenzy. make it daytime real quick, just because. As much as I don't mind running around here at night, it's just a lot harder to see everything. And make sure you kill these guys, otherwise they're gonna get you with the frenzy. And that is kind of a pain. So this is going to be where you'll find the Eye of View log. So run around here. You can also pick up all these yellow embers. I believe stinking rats. I believe those guys do have a drop rate of it, but I'm not on that is. I've never actually looked it up. It's somebody who's mad. Grab some mushrooms. Should be some Eye of View log around here somewheres. Because in my notes, I have stated that this is one of the best places to grab it. And now I'm not seeing it. Let me double check here. Okay, it's something that does not respond. Okay. Frenzied Troll Knight. So it's not something that does respawn, which is a little bit depressing. It is kind of nice to have, but you can't really farm it. Stinking rat, leave me alone. So the frenzied trolls seem to have a 30% drop rate. So if that's the case, why not head over, come on, to Volcano Manor. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not where we want to go. We want to go to the consecrated snowfield and head right up here. My apologies. That one I actually had to look up because I was like, that's nowhere in my notes. I'm like, just honestly couldn't remember. Okay, so we want to head over that way. So when you get here, just follow the lights. Eventually you'll get out of this area, but you kind of want to do it quick because of that. Oh, come on. Not sure if that drops to your death or not. So we're gonna go around. I really don't think it would have, but that's okay, because better to be safe than sorry. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm pretty high level right now, and I mean, just some of these guys are just hitting like crazy. Have that kind of strength. Now I gotta go pick up my stuff, and I gotta use another rune art. It happens. Doesn't upset me too much. Not at this point, anyways. I mean, I'm just doing this for you guys now. I've already beaten the game. I've got 2 more things that I need to get, I think, for my 100% achievements. Literally, at this point, I just sit and I farm everything that I just want. So to me, it's like, alright, I'm not gonna deal with that. Really don't see a point in it. Really not even sure how much they give you for experience, experience or runes or whatever. on. Really don't think that's fair. But over here, for the Eye of Eli, which is what we were wanting to get in the first place. Wuss. Try to avoid that as much as possible too. Actually gonna drop it? No, of course not. Anywho, %30 chance on that, guys. From the trolls. I don't think there is. But there is a bunch of it up here. Stinking rats. You would think, like, at this point, you know, I'd be able to take everything out, no problem. Yeah. I mean, I'm level 420 for crying out loud. But is what it is. Not gonna be angry about it. Why? Because it's just a game. So there's the farming for that. Because that wasn't the greatest demonstration. But you know, I mean, live and we learn. It's the best we can do. So there is some of it right here, and that is going to take care of the clarifying cured meat. Let's go take this guy out real quick. Rats. Frenzy really does a number. I'm telling you. Okay, so from there, that is done. Now, swarm pots. For our final... final book. We are going to head to get mushrooms, blood-tainted excrement, and the cracked pots. We've covered the mushrooms. Now, we're going to come to the Lord of Blood Palace. I have not killed him yet. I have just been sitting and doing other things. But when you come into the Lord of Blood's manor, and depending on which way you come, if you come through the teleporter that's like right around in here-ish, you will come right from up there in a cave, and you'll have to drop down, and then you'll end up here. This is one of my favorite farming spots. But let's jump on Torrent. And you'll run through. As you can see, I really haven't even gotten much of anything in here myself. But coming through here, you can find the tainted blood excrement. Now this is the only place that you will be able to find it. Obviously it is the Lord of Blood's palace. Just kind of running around right now. I don't spend too much time in this place, even though it is one of my favorite places to be. Just for a farming area. I mean, now we're gonna get invaded. Sorry, bud. I really do like him, though. I mean, Vare is a good dude. And his bird just took me out. But that's where you're going to find the blood-tainted excrement. Cracked pots we already talked about, and the string we talked about. So finally we are done with the books for the swarm pot and roped fly pot. That concludes the nomadic I'm just going right now to just get my runes. But that right there will conclude our beautiful multi-purpose instructional helpful videos. And hopefully, I mean, if you guys found these helpful, like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. You know, if you want to tell me how good of a job I'm doing, great. If you want to tell me, oh, you could improve on this, whatever, leave a comment on that too. I mean, we've now just completed 24 books plus video on how to cheese a death bird or anything of the undead kind. So, I mean, I've given you guys a lot of information over the past, I don't know, 2 weeks. But if you guys like the videos, leave a comment, subscribe, really helps the channel. But we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.